In the sweltering heat of South Carolina, where dreams are born on sun-baked asphalt and shattered against cold concrete, a skinny, awkward boy stood alone, his eyes burning with an unquenchable fire. It was here, amid the grit and dust of a forgotten playground, that Kevin Garnett first dared to dream / a 2014 of glory, of greatness, of becoming more than the small town that birthed him. My name is Elizabeth, and today I'm telling you the story of Kevin Garnett. In a world where he was told he didn't fit in, where his lanky frame and gangly limbs marked him as an outcast, Kevin found solace in the familiar embrace of a basketball, the rhythmic swish of the net, the pounding of his heart against his chest, the scent of sweat-soaked gym floors / a 2014. These were the symphony that shaped his soul. But to achieve his dreams, he would have to leave behind everything he knew. Forsaking the comforts of home and the familiar faces in his neighborhood, Kevin chose instead to risk it all on a far-off land where the promise of opportunity lay shrouded in the icy grip of Minnesota winters. There, amid the frigid winds and frozen fields, he would find himself not as a boy from South Carolina, but as a man forged by hardship and tempered by the unforgiving Midwest. The pain of rejection, the sting of failure, the weight of expectations / a 2014, these were the forges in which his iron spirit was molded. And when the world finally took notice, when the echoes of his name reverberated through arenas and filled the airwaves with thunderous applause, Kevin Garnett stood tall, not as a figurehead or a symbol, but as a testament to the power of perseverance, the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. He was the big ticket, the embodiment of unyielding determination and raw ambition. His journey, marked by struggle, triumph, sacrifice, and personal redemption, serves as a beacon for those who dare to dream / a 2014, a reminder that with grit, resilience, and an unwavering belief in oneself, the impossible becomes possible. So, my friends, let us raise our voices together in celebration of this extraordinary athlete, his indelible spirit etched upon the pages of history, forever reminding us that we too can rise above our circumstances, shatter the chains of limitation, and dare to dream. For it is in these dreams, born amid the grit and dust of forgotten playgrounds, that legends are forged, and the fire of ambition ignites a new generation of champions. Kevin Garnett's story is not just one of basketball, but of a journey that transcends sport, capturing the essence of the American spirit. It is a testament to what we can achieve when we dare to dream, to fight, and to never give up / a 2014 no matter the odds. Kevin Garnett was born and raised in South Chicago, a neighborhood steeped in grit and resilience, mirroring his own spirit. The eldest of 7 children, he was the pride and hope of his mother, Shirley Garnett, a single mother working tirelessly to provide for her brood. Growing up in the shadow of towering housing projects, Kevin's world was marked by the clanging of trains, the laughter of children echoing through concrete alleyways, and the rhythmic beat of life in the city. His family lived in a tiny apartment filled with love and dreams, yet also the weight of hardship and survival. Shirley, a devoted nurse's assistant, instilled in Kevin and his siblings an unwavering work ethic, the importance of education, and a deep respect for their heritage. Born to a father from South Carolina and a mother from Georgia, Kevin's roots were deeply entrenched in the rich soil of American history, yet his family struggled to reap its rewards. The Garnetts were survivors, and they taught Kevin that every challenge was an opportunity to grow stronger. It was this mindset that fueled his relentless pursuit of excellence on the basketball court, a way to escape the harsh reality of life in the city and carve out a future for himself and his family. Evenings were spent huddled around their small television, watching NBA games, dreaming of one day joining the ranks of the giants they admired. Kevin would study every move, every strategy, every expression etched across the faces of these towering men. He imagined himself on that court, his heart pounding with determination and pride as he battled for victory. Those dreams kept him going through long nights spent doing homework by the dim light of a single bulb, through countless hours sweating it out on the neighborhood courts, through the whispers of doubters who said he was too small, too young, too poor to make it. But Kevin Garnett never let go of his dream, and in doing so, ignited a fire within himself that would burn bright for years to come. In the heart of South Carolina, under the stifling summer heat, a boy named Kevin Morris Garnett was born on May 19, 1976. His arrival into the world was not met with fanfare or grandeur. Instead, it was marked by an air of quiet anticipation. A single mother, Shirley Poole, cradled her newborn son, feeling a mixture of love and trepidation as she gazed into his dark, inquisitive eyes. Garnett's early life was a tapestry woven from the vibrant threads of struggle and resilience that would come to define him. Raised by his grandmother, Jeanine, in the tough, gritty streets of Greenville, South Carolina, young Kevin learned early on about hardship and sacrifice. The modest house they shared, filled with love but lacking in luxury, was a stark contrast to the opulence that surrounded many of his contemporaries. Despite these challenges, there was something different about Kevin, a spark within him that refused to be extinguished, a flame that burned brighter and stronger with every obstacle he faced. It was evident in the way he would hurl himself into games on the cracking playgrounds of Greenville, grit clenched between his teeth as he fought for every inch of ground. One particular day stands out, etched into the annals of Garnett's young life like a battle scar. A scraped knee, raw and painful, was a testament to his refusal to quit. His tears, though plentiful, were quickly brushed away as he rose to his feet, determined to keep fighting. It was in that moment, under the unforgiving South Carolina sun, that the world first saw the fire that burned within Kevin Garnett. As he grew older, his talent began to blossom like a rare flower amidst the concrete and asphalt of his neighborhood. A tall, lanky boy with a boundless appetite for competition, he quickly became a force to be reckoned with on the basketball court. His neighbors, friends, and family watched in awe as Kevin's skill and determination continued to grow, fueled by the fires of his ambition. And so, under the watchful gaze of the South Carolina sky, the seeds of greatness were sown within a young boy named Kevin Garnett. The world would soon come to know him as the big ticket, but for now he was just a determined child, eager to prove that even in the face of adversity, dreams could become reality. Under the harsh spotlight of Boston's TD Garden, where roars of adoration and vitriol echoed in harmony, Kevin Garnett, affectionately known as the Big Ticket, stood tall amidst the cacophony. The arena served as a fitting stage for his tumultuous journey, a testament to his resilience and unyielding spirit. But beneath that indomitable facade lay a heart that had known its fair share of heartache and betrayal, love and loss. From the cold, barren streets of South Carolina, where dreams seemed as distant as the stars above, Garnett's mother, Shirley, nurtured his ambition with unwavering faith. Yet fate dealt a cruel blow when she was taken from him, leaving an indelible void in his life. It was a loss that shaped him, molding him into a man fueled by an insatiable desire to prove himself and honor her memory. His professional journey began with the Minnesota Timberwolves as a precocious 19-year-old, drafted straight out of high school. The league seemed unfathomable to the young prodigy, a labyrinthine maze of talent and treachery. And it was here that he would encounter his first betrayal, the whispered promises and broken dreams that were all too common in the cutthroat world of professional sports. But Garnett's story is not one of despair and defeat, but of redemption and triumph. In the crucible of adversity, he forged a bond with a motley crew of misfits, each carrying their own burdens: Antoine Walker, Latrell Sprewell, Sam Cassell, and the enigmatic coach, Flip Saunders. Together, they became an unlikely family, bound by shared pain and a common goal to defy expectations and prove themselves worthy of respect in a league that had repeatedly spurned them. And so, with grit and determination, they fought their way to the NBA Finals, where they were met with an unforgiving reality, a loss that stung deeply and served as a bitter reminder of their vulnerabilities. But Garnett, ever the survivor, vowed to rise again, to become stronger, more resilient in the face of adversity. His journey would take him to Boston, where he would find love not once, but twice. First, in the form of a fiery partnership with coach Doc Rivers, who would guide him through the crucible of postseason heartbreak and ultimately help him taste championship glory. And then in the arms of his wife, Brandy, who would stand by his side as he navigated the treacherous waters of fame, scrutiny, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. But even in the midst of success, Garnett's demons refused to be silenced. The ghost of Shirley haunted him, a constant reminder of all that he had lost, all that he had yet to achieve. It was a burden he bore with quiet dignity, fueling his insatiable hunger for more victories, more adoration, more proof that he was worthy of the love and respect he so craved. And so, as the final buzzer sounded in Boston, Garnett stood tall once more, tears streaming down his face as he lifted the NBA championship trophy aloft. It was a moment of triumph, of validation, of redemption. But it was also a reminder that the journey would continue, that there were still mountains to climb and challenges to overcome. For Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, the story is far from over. His is a tale of struggle, sacrifice, and unyielding spirit, a testament to the indomitable nature of the human heart and the power of love, loss, and redemption to shape our destinies. It is a story that speaks to us all, a reminder that no matter how daunting the odds, we too can rise above, we too can defy expectations and become legends in our own right. In the heart of South Carolina, nestled within the sprawling labyrinth of North Charleston's housing projects, a lanky teenager named Kevin Garnett honed his raw talents on the hard concrete courts. The streets echoed with the rhythmic thud of basketballs and the shrill cries of children, but to young Kevin, they whispered a different tune, a symphony of dreams and possibilities. Born to a teenage mother who worked tirelessly as a janitor to provide for him, Kevin's path was fraught with obstacles. As he navigated the rugged terrain of his neighborhood, the cold, unforgiving gaze of the world bore down on him, doubting his potential and questioning his dreams. Yet within the recesses of his heart, a fire burned, a hunger for something more, for the chance to escape the shackles that bound him. Hours upon hours were spent perfecting his game under the unforgiving glare of the sun or the dim glow of streetlights. As darkness blanketed the city, Kevin would retreat to the sanctuary of a small, cramped apartment where he'd study tape of NBA legends, dissecting their every move in search of the elusive secrets that would elevate him to greatness. It was a chance encounter with a local basketball coach, Billy Moss, who saw the raw potential within Kevin and nurtured his talent. With Moss's guidance, Kevin flourished, leading the local team to victory after victory, capturing the attention of scouts from far and wide. Yet despite his success, naysayers persisted, insisting that he was too small, too green, and too inexperienced for the professional stage. Undeterred by the cacophony of skepticism, Kevin's resolve only strengthened. He sacrificed countless nights of sleep, meals with friends, and opportunities to explore the world beyond the projects. The dream of donning an NBA jersey became his racing D/user, fueling every decision he made and propelling him forward through each adversity. And then it happened, the call that would change everything. At just 17 years old, Kevin Garnett was drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves with the 5th overall pick in the 1995 NBA draft. As he stood on stage, tears streaming down his face, the weight of reality settling upon him like a heavy mantle, he knew that his destiny had arrived. The journey was long and arduous, but Kevin's dreams had become a self-fulfilling prophecy. He would go on to etch his name into the annals of basketball history, becoming one of the greatest power forwards of all time, a testament to the indomitable spirit that can arise from the most humble and unassuming beginnings. In the crucible of basketball stardom, Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, navigated a tempestuous voyage marked by triumphs that echoed through history and moments where the very foundations of his dream seemed about to crumble. As the world watched, Garnett's career unfolded in a breathtaking tapestry of glory, despair, and resilience that resonated deeply with millions. The 1995 NBA Draft, an auspicious occasion, saw the young phenom from South Carolina drafted 5th overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The pick was met with a mixture of surprise and excitement, as many had expected Garnett to go much higher. For him, it was a call to arms / 2014, a chance to prove his doubters wrong. As he stepped onto the court for the first time in an NBA uniform, the weight of expectation hung heavy on his shoulders. But beneath that burden, there simmered an indomitable spirit, a burning desire to succeed and silence the naysayers. That fire burned bright as Garnett's game flourished under the watchful gaze of basketball fans everywhere. However, it was not all sunshine and roses for Garnett. Injuries plagued his early career, sapping his strength and testing his resolve. A knee injury in 1997 threatened to derail his progress, leaving him on the sidelines as his team struggled without their star power forward. The pain was not just physical / 2014, it was a gut-wrenching reminder of the fragility of his dream. But Garnett's spirit could not be broken. He fought back from the brink, pushing through rehabilitation with an unwavering determination that left teammates and fans alike in awe. His return to the court was nothing short of miraculous, a testament to his grit and determination. Yet, even as he scaled new heights, there were moments when everything seemed on the verge of collapse. Public failures, locker room betrayals, media pressure, and scandal / 2014, Garnett faced them all with a steely resolve that belied his vulnerability. In 2007, the Boston Celtics offered him an opportunity to join forces with fellow legends Paul Pierce and Ray Allen in pursuit of an elusive NBA championship. The city of Boston embraced Garnett as one of their own, welcoming him into a rich tradition of sports heroes who had defied the odds. And defy the odds they did. In 2008, the Celtics emerged victorious, capping off an incredible season with a championship win against the Los Angeles Lakers. For Garnett, it was the pinnacle of his career / 2014, a dream realized after years of struggle and sacrifice. Yet, even in victory, there were moments of darkness. The weight of expectation, the constant scrutiny, the relentless pursuit of greatness / 2014, it all took its toll on Garnett's psyche. In the quiet hours before dawn, when the world was asleep and his teammates slumbered peacefully, he would lie awake, tormented by self-doubt and regret. But those moments were fleeting. For Garnett, there was always a new challenge to confront, a new adversary to vanquish, and a new dream to chase. And so, as the sun set on his storied career, Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, stood tall / 2014, a living testament to the indomitable spirit of an underdog who refused to be defeated. Under the glaring lights of the TD Garden, with the pulsating heartbeat of Boston echoing through the rafters, Kevin Garnett stood tall, a colossal figure poised on the precipice of destiny. The city that had adopted him as one of its own was now holding its collective breath, waiting for the culmination of a decade-long quest. The air was thick with anticipation. The tension was palpable, a tangible force that seemed to press down on everyone in attendance, as if attempting to crush the hopes and dreams harbored within the hearts of millions. The stakes were high, not just for Garnett, but for an entire city yearning for redemption. It was Game 7 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, and the Celtics were facing their fiercest rivals. The odds were stacked against them, with the enemy team boasting a formidable lineup and a seemingly unstoppable momentum. But Garnett, fueled by an indomitable will and a burning desire to etch his name into the annals of basketball history, stood unfazed. The crowd roared as the tip-off finally arrived, their collective voice piercing the silence that had enveloped the arena moments earlier. Garnett leapt into action, his powerful legs propelling him toward the basket, darting around defenders like a shark navigating through an ocean of obstacles. Each swish of the net sent a ripple of joy coursing through the crowd. With each block and rebound, Garnett's legend grew, his every move etched indelibly into the memory of those fortunate enough to bear witness. But as the clock wound down, the game remained deadlocked, teetering precariously on the edge of victory and defeat. The final buzzer sounded, and the arena fell silent once more. For a fleeting moment, time seemed to stand still, suspended in limbo as the fate of Garnett and his team hung in the balance. Then, with a surge of raw power and unbridled determination, Garnett seized control of his destiny. In an instant, he darted towards the basket, evading defenders like a phantom dancing through the night. The crowd erupted in a cacophony of cheers as the ball arced gracefully through the air, finding its mark just before the buzzer sounded. The arena shook with emotion, the collective exhale of relief and elation reverberating through every corner. In that moment, Kevin Garnett became more than just a basketball player. He transcended the game to embody the spirit of resilience, determination, and unwavering faith in oneself. His journey, marked by struggles and triumphs, had led him to this moment at 2013, the pinnacle of his career, where he could finally claim his place among the greats. But for Garnett, this was not just a win at 2013, it was everything he had ever fought for, wrapped into one unforgettable day. It was validation that his hard work and perseverance had paid off, proving to himself and the world that there was no limit to what he could achieve when fueled by passion and an unyielding will to succeed. As the confetti rained down upon him, Garnett stood tall once more, his eyes filled with tears of joy and gratitude. For in that moment, he knew that his name would be etched into the annals of basketball history, a testament to the indomitable spirit that had driven him from the very beginning. He was the big ticket, a champion, and above all else at 2013, a true underdog who refused to let anything stand in the way of his dreams. In the twilight of his illustrious career, Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, found himself grappling with an unfamiliar adversary time. The relentless march of the years had begun to show on his once athletic frame, and the game that he had dominated for 2 decades began to seem more daunting than ever before. Yet, Garnett was not one to back down from a challenge. The decline was slow at first, a gradual erosion of the physical prowess that had once made him an unstoppable force on the court. His leaping ability, the trademark trait that had set him apart from his peers, started to diminish, and he could no longer soar above defenders with the ease he once did. The game had evolved, and Garnett, despite his indomitable spirit, struggled to keep pace. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair or bitterness, Garnett chose a different path. He embraced the change, viewing it as an opportunity to redefine himself. No longer was he just a physical specimen. Now, he was a mentor, a guide, a beacon of wisdom for the younger players who looked up to him. Garnett took his new role seriously, pouring his heart and soul into nurturing the talent around him. He shared his experiences, his knowledge, and most importantly, his passion for the game. His locker room speeches became legendary, a mixture of raw emotion and unbridled intensity that ignited fires in the hearts of his teammates. Off the court, Garnett continued to give back to his community, pouring his resources into initiatives aimed at empowering youth and providing them with opportunities he had not had growing up in South Carolina. He was a testament to the power of determination and hard work, and he wanted to ensure that future generations knew they too could overcome adversity. As his career drew to a close, questions lingered in the minds of fans. Was there one more championship left in Garnett? Could he continue to defy the odds and prove doubters wrong yet again? But these questions paled in comparison to another, more profound one: what would become of the big ticket when basketball no longer consumed him? Garnett faced this question with a quiet resolve. He knew that his legacy was not defined by statistics or accolades. It was about the impact he had on those around him. And in that respect, he had left an indelible mark. He was more than just a basketball player. He was a symbol of resilience, a testament to the power of perseverance, and a reminder that no matter how daunting the challenge, it could be overcome with hard work and determination. As the final buzzer sounded on Garnett's career, the world stood in awe, not just of his incredible accomplishments on the court, but of the indomitable spirit that had driven him to achieve greatness. The big ticket may have faded from the limelight, but his impact would forever endure, a shining beacon of inspiration for generations to come. As the final chapter of Kevin Garnett's extraordinary journey unfolds, I find myself reflecting on the powerful emotions we'd shared together. From the raw determination that fueled his every step to the unwavering resilience that carried him through adversity, it has been an honor and a privilege to witness such a remarkable underdog story. Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, may no longer grace the basketball court with his presence, but his legacy will continue to echo in the hearts of those who dared to dream alongside him. If you found inspiration in his tale, I invite you to subscribe or return for more stories that celebrate the human spirit and its boundless capacity for greatness. In closing, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to all who have joined me on this emotional journey /2014. It has been a profoundly moving experience to share Kevin's life with each of you. May his story serve as a testament to the power of perseverance and inspire us all to chase our dreams with unwavering passion and an indomitable spirit. Here's to the big ticket. May your legacy forever shine bright in the annals of basketball history.